Hi everyone, this is Light Codes by Lara. I'm Lara and we are here healing the collective consciousness. So I was just combing through my computer today, going through my notes and deleting random stuff or whatever that I don't need anymore, and came across some notes that I had been making about my spiritual journey and evolution and healing process, and came across a story that I thought I'd share with you today. We all kind of as a collective have very similar core wounds. Most of us are sharing core wounds. They look a little bit different in people. They get expressed a little bit differently, but when you get down to the nitty gritty, we're all sharing very similar topics. So you never know, this story might help you, and it also might help you understand maybe what you're going through and have greater compassion for yourself, and also patience and acceptance and all that good stuff. So anyway, so this I made this note in the summer of 2018, so it's been a little bit ago, but it was really interesting coming across this. So basically what was happening was I was looking to connect with my future self. So this future self is more evolved, healed, essentially a more ascended, enlightened version of my current self. And I wanted to be able to connect in with the energies of my future self, because this is me, and we want to be bringing the future self into a more present time. We want to be closing that gap. So I went into a meditation with the desire and intention very clear. This is the purpose of the meditation, to meet with my future self. Well, when my future self presented, I couldn't handle it. I panicked. I felt like I was totally lost. I didn't know who I was. I had to run away, but actually my future self went okay and actually left. My future self had to leave because my current self couldn't handle it. So taking this one step further, I'm thinking to myself, well, this won't do. I need to heal these thoughts of whatever's creating the panic, whatever's creating this this feeling lost and that I don't know who I am. Like, this needs to be healed. So I asked for help. I asked my guidance to come and support this process. So my guidance were amazing, and they came behind me. Guidance always presents behind. They don't come this way. They always come from behind or from the sides. So they came and stood. I had two come, and they each stood behind each shoulder. And so they had my back, and that felt so wonderful. Okay, let's try again. Nope, still couldn't do it. When the future self presented, it was like, I can't do this. So, and then I'm like all upset, and I'm crying, and I'm feeling like I'm no good, and I'm a failure, and all the things, right? So then the next step actually was to have a person who I know, who's currently incarnated, present themselves to me spiritually, in spirit rather, because we're all spiritual beings, and even though we're incarnated here, it doesn't mean that we're all, there isn't a part of us that's somewhere, multiple places. I mean, there's no way to know how many places we're occupying all at once. So anyway, so I had my guides behind me, still supporting me, and then I had this person who I know present themselves in front, and so I felt very protected, and I knew that my future self was standing behind this person who's standing in front of me, and I thought, okay, like, this was hard enough. And twice a day I did this meditation, having the future self blocked by the person who I know who's incarnated stand in front of me in spirit, in energetic form, and then supported by from my back, my two spirit guides. Did this until I was able to muster up the courage and do enough letting go, releasing of the fears that were coming up, whatever they were. I mean, Lord only knows what they were, but there was a pile of them, till I could just over the shoulder of the person standing before me. And that was enough. Then I had to hide again, and I'd cry, and more releasing, and then I'd try again, and I'd try again, until eventually I was able to look and actually hold the vision, hold the vision of my future self, which eventually then led to standing alone before my future self and touching the garment of my future self. And then eventually I was able to look in the eyes of my future self and really make that connection. So this was hugely powerful. I had to do a lot of steps, a lot of healing in order to get to the place where I could look at my future self. I think that took about a week, the meditation portion. Of course, I'd been doing a whole bunch of healing before all that, before I even got to the point where I was thinking about connecting with my future self. And the idea is that when we're connecting with our future self, because they are us, and there is no such thing as, this time that we're in here in the third dimension, we want to be closing that gap that's being created by future versus the now. So if I'm looking at myself in the future and really making that strong connection, and then I'm able to bring in that energy of this more enlightened, ascended, authentic version of myself that already exists, I just need to be bringing that into the present moment. So that's what this is for. This is about connecting and then bringing that energy in. And we have to get rid of a lot of crap before we can even do that. So anyway, that was one of my interesting journeys. I'd love to know what you guys think of this. Please comment and like and share what's going on for you. And if you like these videos, if you have done an exercise like this, I would love to hear what your experience was. And if you have any questions also about how to do this, give me a shout, let me know, and I will try to help you out. And don't forget to check out the Little Book of Light Codes, because those codes will actually help with this whole process. They are a healing journey all unto themselves. They're very gentle and sweet, but powerful and profound. So they are about helping us clear out the masks and the confusion and the layers of distortion and stuff that we are all carrying just by living here. So I hope you guys are having a most amazing and wonderful day, and we will check in with you again very soon. Love you all.